The War of the Orbs. Callum sat at his cluttered desk, the hum of his computer screens filling the dimly lit room. Around him were stacks of old books, printouts of alien sightings, and news articles pinned to the walls, artifacts of a mystery that had consumed him for 2 decades. On the screen, a live news feed showed the latest battle between Earth's drones and the mysterious orbs that had plagued humanity for the last 5 years. At 30, Callum was no longer the stargazing teenager from Pine Valley. He was now an investigative journalist for the Global Eye, specializing in extraterrestrial phenomena, and the world had certainly provided no shortage of material. The first orb attacks began when Callum was in his mid-20s. At first, they hovered like the one he and Lily had seen years ago, silent and enigmatic. But then, they started targeting power plants, satellites, and even military bases. The orbs moved with impossible speed, evading Earth's defenses with ease. Humanity was on edge, but it wasn't just the orbs. Soon, a second phenomenon emerged, sleek, arrowhead-shaped ships that seemed to be defending humanity. The ships were highly advanced, blasting the orbs out of the sky whenever they appeared. No one knew where these ships came from or why they were helping humanity, but without them, Earth's military drones wouldn't have stood a chance. Callum leaned back in his chair staring at the feed. The
2 alien species.
He muttered to himself.
One attacking, one protecting. Why?
His thoughts were interrupted by a message on his encrypted chat. Sender, Skywatcher 72, I have intel. Meet me at the Southport docks tonight. Bring your camera. Callum's heart raced. Skywatcher 72 was one of his most reliable informants, a whistleblower from within the military's classified alien defense program. He grabbed his camera, notebook, and jacket and headed out into the rainy night. At the docks, Callum spotted a hooded figure leaning against a rusted shipping container.
Skywatcher?
He called softly. The figure nodded and motioned for him to follow. They entered a nearby warehouse where Skywatcher began speaking in a hushed tone.
The government knows more than they're letting on,
The informant said.
The orbs, they're weapons, controlled remotely by a species called the Vixar. They're a parasitic race, draining resources from planets and enslaving their inhabitants.
Callum scribbled furiously in his notebook.
And the arrowhead ships? Who are they?
They belong to the Ilithians,
Skywatcher continued.
a peaceful species. They've been fighting the Vixar for centuries, trying to stop them from wiping out other civilizations. When the orbs attacked Earth, the Ilithians intervened.
Why Earth?
Callum asked.
Why us?
Skywatcher hesitated.
Earth's core emits a rare energy that the Vixar need to power their ships and sustain their species. If they succeed in tapping into it, the planet will collapse.
Callum felt a chill run down his spine.
And the Ilithians? Why are they helping us?
They believe in protecting life, but they can't hold the Vixar off forever. Earth's military is working with the Ilithians, but the public doesn't know. If people understood what's really at stake.
The conversation was cut short by a sudden, high-pitched hum. Callum and Skywatcher froze as an orb descended through the warehouse roof, its surface glowing with a menacing red light.
Run!
Skywatcher shouted. Callum grabbed his camera and bolted, snapping pictures as the orb emitted a pulse that shook the building. Just as the orb turned its beam toward them, a streak of white light shot through the sky. An Ilithian ship appeared, its sleek form radiating a soft blue glow. It fired a concentrated beam at the orb, obliterating it in an instant. Callum stood in awe, watching as the Ilithian ship hovered for a moment before vanishing into the night. Back in his office, Callum reviewed the footage he'd captured. The Ilithians were real. The Vixar were real. Humanity was caught in a war between 2 advanced alien species, and the government's silence was deafening. Callum knew he had to publish the truth. His story, The War of the Orbs, What They Don't Want You to Know, hit global headlines the next day. The world erupted in debate, fear, and hope. Weeks later, Callum received an unexpected visitor. A tall figure with luminous eyes and silvery skin appeared in his office. It was an Ilithian.
You seek the truth, Callum.
The being said, its voice calm and melodic.
Humanity has a role to play in this war, but your people must unite. The Vixar will not stop. We can only buy you time.
Callum nodded, his resolve hardening.
What do we do?
Prepare,
The Ilithian replied.
and never lose hope.
As the figure vanished, Callum realized that the mysteries of the universe were no longer distant and unknowable. They were here, and humanity's survival depended on understanding them.